As you can see, we're socially distanced and we're ready to go. So let's kick off. Big question, no easy answer, but crack on with it. What do you think are the priorities for marketing directors at the moment? Nicky?
I think, the main thing is got to be about building your reputation as a customer-focused business. I think at the moment people are looking for reassurance from brands that they're buying from, and I think it's about, trying to make sure that where you've got loyal customers, you're using that feedback to actually tell your story. So I think it's really important to make sure that brands are out there and supporting people as much as they are trying to sell. Ultimately we're all trying to sell, but I think it's got to be about creating that trust and reassurance.
I think it's also really easy, particularly going through like COVID as we are, to think that a lot of businesses are struggling, but presumably some of them coming out of this are actually thriving as well.
Yeah, I think what I'm finding is talking to different clients is that there is a mix. Some people are, and it does come back to budget. I think some people are struggling with budgets. They're trying to sort of work out where they can afford to spend, and I think it's important to keep spending. But there are others who have done really well. They've actually taken it head on, they've adapted, they've been really proactive in what they're doing. And I'm sure, Joe, you're finding that as well with your clients, that they're not all panicking, they're actually using it as an opportunity.
Yeah, you're right. I think that opportunity comes in different forms. Some is it's actually this shock of COVID has given everybody the kick that perhaps we needed to think those changes we wanted to make a while ago, but didn't because perhaps they were difficult decisions or there wasn't the urgency, has led to huge transformations in the way teams work, businesses work. The products they offer customers has shifted enormously, very, very quickly, and some people are really thriving. So amongst all the doom and gloom, there is opportunity for virtually anybody.
Good.
Yeah, and especially I'd say also, especially when it comes to things with content, because that's where a lot of the money's being moved from. Traditionally it'd be other parts of marketing, but now, it's all sort of people are really focused on their content.
Yeah, and I think, when it comes to content, I have seen a few cases where people are going a bit overloaded. So I was talking to a new client and she got into video content, so she was all over doing Facebook Live and Instagram stories, which was great. She was very enthusiastic about it, but she was doing it every day. And I think what happened was that it started with her following was growing and her engagement levels were great, but when we started to look into the detail of it, that was starting to drop off. And I think one of the big things I'm recommending is make sure you've got some metrics that you're measuring against, but keep it simple. Don't have too many that you're just overloaded with data, but make sure that your engagement levels, the ones that are important, is it going to get you a sale at the end of it, and are people interested in it? And again, it's coming back to that reputation for being customer focused.
And keeping it relevant too. I don't know about you, but I've had an email from a car park that I used once 4 years ago telling me about their COVID policies. I don't really care. That's just rubbish. You just talk about what's relevant, what's useful to the customer. And if it's not, don't overplay it.
And also don't ignore the elephant in the room, which is COVID, because that's another thing I've noticed from people coming through, is that they're not actually mentioning it and trying to skirt around it. So again, it is actually engaging your consumers in what is actually going on as well.
Yeah.
So just for the sake of the audience, how can they get in touch with each of you?
So my website, it's nickyconsulting.co.uk, and I'm also, my profile's on the Sussex Collaborative website.
Nicky with a Y.
Nicky with a Y, yeah.
Always. Yeah. Joe with a J?
Yeah, absolutely, yes please. Through the Sussex Collaborative or through joelynchconsulting.co.uk.
Excellent.
Ditto, not Joe, but through Sussex Collaborative, and it's heavenpublicity.co.uk.
Superb. Thank you all, and thank you to the MBAR for supporting this event.
Yep, and Rocket Pod Media for filming
For filming
today.
us, yeah.